expired Ugandan national IDs.
Honourable Minister for Internal Affairs.
Right Honourable Speaker, Honourable Members, this is a statement regarding the expiry of Ugandan national identification cards. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, I present this statement in relation to the expired Ugandan national identification cards in order to provide clarity on the measures taken by the Ministry to address this issue. Section 694 of the Registration of Persons Act, Cap 332, provides that a national identification card shall be valid for such a period as the Minister may prescribe by regulations. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, previously under the Regulation 19 of the ROPA Statutory Instrument number 67 of 2015, the validity of national IDs was prescribed as 10 years. However, in recognition of the need for immediate intervention, in August last year, the Ministry issued the Registration of Persons Amendment Regulations number 67 of 2024, which extended the validity period of all national identification cards issued by NIRA by 1 additional year. This was in light of the planned mass enrollment, which had delayed, so we wanted a stopgap measure. Right Honourable Speaker and members, consequently, all identification cards initially issued with a validity period of 10 years are now valid for 11 years from the date of issuance. Right Honourable Speaker and members, the inclusion of expiry dates on Ugandan national identification cards serves practical, legal and security purposes as justified below. 1. Updating security features. Technology and security measures evolve rapidly. An expiry date ensures that identification cards can be periodically updated to incorporate advanced security features, making them less susceptible to forgery or misuse. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, regular renewal cycles are a proactive measure to maintain the integrity of the national identification system. Number 2, data accuracy and currency. Over time, personal details such as physical appearance, addresses, and contact information may also change. An expiry date encourages citizens to update their information periodically, ensuring that NIRA maintains an accurate and up-to-date database. 3, wear and tear. Right Honourable Speaker and members, physical identification cards are subject to wear and tear over time due to regular use. An expiry date allows for the timely replacement of cards to ensure that their functionality and readability, which is critical for verifying identity, remains valid. Number 4, international standards and compliance. Section 5(2) of the Registration of Persons Act, Cap 332,
procedure.
Mr. Speaker, I had thought that these changes were meant to protect the Speaker. The way the Honourable Gwanga has run, even jumped barricades. So the procedural issue I am raising, Mr. Speaker, is whether colleagues must not be educated that the new changes actually are meant. You simply can't go and begin interacting with the Speaker like the Minister of Education was doing.
Thank you. I can see you're very attentive, Honourable Ssemujju, watching closely. They were, of course, meant for wrong people, and Honourable Peter is not one of them. He made for me a sign that he needed to share with me something. So when you need to come here, you need first make a sign, and then I judge you, I say. Because some of you look at me with threatening eyes. so that I'm able to know whether you're dangerous or not. Okay? Thank you. Like chances of allowing Honorable Ssemujju are very minimal when he wants to come here.
Right Honorable Speaker, I was actually worried when the Honorable Cole kept standing, but I think he has left. That said, Right Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Members, we had reached data accuracy and currency. Over time, personal details such as physical appearance, addresses, and contact information may change. An expiry date encourages citizens to update their information periodically, ensuring that NERA maintains an accurate and up-to-date database. Wear and tear. Physical identification cards are subject to wear and tear over time due to regular use. An expiry date allows for the timely replacement of the cards to ensure their functionality and readability, which is critical for verifying identity. 4, international standards compliance. Section 5(2) of the ROPA provides that NERA shall observe general accepted information security practices and procedures and specific industry or professional rules and regulations. Document 9303, International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO Machine Readable Travel Documents, MRTD 8th edition 2021 Part 9 provides that deployment of biometric identification and electronic storage of data in MRTDs, section 2.2 provides for the validity period of these documents under which identification cards fall, which is 10 years. This therefore aligns Uganda with international standards and facilitates the use of the national identification card for cross-border travel and other international purposes. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members, Section 695 of the ROPA imposes a duty on NERA to renew expired IDs upon application by the holders. In addition to Regulation 23 of the ROPA, of the regulations, it requires that holders of national IDs apply to NERA for renewal at least 2 months before the expiry. The expiry of a national identification card does not, under any circumstances, amount to expiry of a person's citizenship. Because this has been a repeated worry, so we need to amplify it for the public to know. Section 695 of the Registration of Persons Act makes this clear, and Section 682 affirms that an individual's national identification number is prima facie evidence of citizenship. The NIN is a lifetime number which remains valid until the demise of the holder of a card. Right Honorable Speaker and members, the Ministry is aware of the challenges faced by citizens holding these expired IDs, particularly while using them as travel documents within the region, and these challenges are in spite of the extension of the validity period here in Uganda. To address this challenge, the Ministry engaged with the Sister Ministry of East African Affairs and that of Foreign Affairs to signal the other EAC member states about this provisional time-bound measure. Our aim is to secure acceptance of this interlude measure of extended IDs for travel purposes within the region. Nonetheless, we are also soon starting the mass enrollment and renewal exercise, albeit slightly later than earlier planned, but nevertheless still within the stipulated time, to renew all the expired national identity cards and also enlist fresh eligible entrants on the National Identity Information Register. I wish to inform this House that NERA is actively developing new technological advancements to enhance the National Security Information System and improve the security features of our National Identification Card before the commencement of the mass enrollment exercise. The long-term plan, because this has been also a query by the public, is to introduce EIDs with no expiry, a measure that will save costs and reduce the inconvenience associated with mass physical card renewals. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the extension of the validity period by an extra period of 1 year provides the necessary time frame to integrate these upgrades into the renewal process, as well as mitigate any of the arising inconveniences regarding service delivery before renewal, thus improving the overall functionality and security of the system and the cards. The extension, therefore, is a provisional stopgap measure and not a substitute for new national identification cards. Right Honourable Speaker and members, I will assure you that the Ministry of Internal Affairs is committed to ensuring that the identity and rights of Ugandan citizens are protected and upheld. The Ministry shall continue working tirelessly to ensure a smooth mass renewal and mass enrollment exercise of the national identification cards. I beg to submit, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable members.
Thank you. Honourable colleagues, this is a straightforward statement. I'll just pick 2 from NRM, 1 from opposition, 1 independent. Okay? Honourable Migade, Honourable Bazir, Shadow Minister, and yes, a Shadow Minister is not a minister. And then I'm looking for an independent. I think Honourable Roland is an independent. Honourable Bigarozi are not an independent. Yes, so let's do quickly, 2 minutes each.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable
Opposition, the Shadow Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker.
And I'll also pick one party president in Honourable Vasari.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I rose on a procedural matter. Right Honourable Speaker, it's a...
Oh, you rose on procedure or
yes.
you're debating?
Procedure.
Well,
Yes,
you're already on the
procedure.
microphone. I thought you...
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for your understanding. Right Honourable Speaker, it's a rare occasion having three sector ministers attending plenary. But last week, on this same floor, I raised the matter of national importance. And it was to do with the piracy on the lake, whether some of our people actually killed, boat engines stolen on a daily basis. From the time I raised that matter, it also happened yesterday, it happened last week, and the minister, State Minister for Defense, undertook to send a team on ground to assess this. I raised the same matter with the Minister of Defense, who is also in attendance. I raised the same matter with the Minister of Internal Affairs, and since then, no officer has appeared in Buvuma to assess this. And Right Honourable Speaker, I know it is a duty of the Minister of Internal Affairs and the police to keep law and order, but also for the Minister of Defense to ensure that the national borders are really safe. We have a sub-county where these issues are actually happening, borders Uganda and Tanzania. Our prayer remains the same. We want the relevant ministers and agencies to go on the ground and really assess the situation and see how our people are really assisted. So now that they are here, I really want commitment from them that effective tomorrow, such occurrences will not occur.
Now, Commando both. Our honourable colleague. Oh, I was reminded you were private. There he stands up once you call him a private.
I'm private, but I want to let my sister, who has been having the conduct of this matter, to come and give more details.
Honourable both is private, but he gives orders to commanders. So, yes, Honourable Reru, Huda. Honourable Kabusi, you want to open up this matter? Because just Honourable Minister, let me allow the 2 members from the fishing community. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was saying it's not only a Buvuma issue, but the fishing communities, Mr. Speaker, suffer the same problem. I would suggest, Honourable Minister, Mr. Speaker, that the 3 or 4 ministries, the one of East African Community Affairs, the one for security, the one for defense and internal affairs, have maybe a joint task force to address this. Have a joint task force to address this. All of us who represent constituencies that border other countries in the lake, our people are insecure. For them, on their side, Mr. Speaker, they have means to protect their people. But ours in these waters of our communities, we don't have security for our people. They take engines and the boats and the fishermen of our people can't chase them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of piracy on the water is a serious issue. And sometimes when we ask the commanders down there, they raise the question of fuel. Our people on this side are little facilitated as compared to the other. And sometimes you find that the pirates have got bigger engines, they move faster, and when our people go in to intercept, they don't have the capacity. So actually it is a serious issue that should be addressed squarely by the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Minister of Defense, and the Minister of East Africa, because it is an issue and is affecting the economy of our people, the fishing community.
Thank you. Karangara.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I also wanted to give him information, Mr. Speaker, that when we ask our fishermen who exactly they think is doing this, some of them tell us it is the men in uniform. They have, like he said, they have the big engines, they have the fuel, they have those big boats, but they're always clad in army uniform. Mr. Speaker, army uniform. And they also have guns and machetes. So, yes. So we would want the minister to explain to us the UPDF uniform. Yes, and also police uniform, Mr. Speaker. It is happening between Mazinga sub-county, Bobeke, Chamuswa, and Bufumira. All these islands in Sese or Kalangala. Mr. Speaker, we all know that we have the UPDF on the lake to guard or man the lake in the fishing sector. If they can have guns to man the lake or the fish, why not secure the people who actually make money to pay them? Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister. Sorry. Honourable Pachuto is the same. I know you have a wreck on your side. You still have also problems?
Yes, thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and Happy New Year, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, about 3 of my sub-counties border the DRC, and we have the same problem, the fishing communities, because there is no clear cut where the border is on the water. You find that there are people who come from Congo and confiscate their nets, they confiscate the engines. But for me, in my case, it's not about the men in uniform. The people from Congo come and confiscate, and they charge them a lot of money. Our RDCs have tried to even go into Congo to negotiate with the other people on the other side. But the support from the central government is a bit limited, and this continues to reoccur. I'm very happy for my colleague that has brought this on the floor, and now that the ministers are here. I think there is now need for interministerial, regional kind of meeting, because the local leadership, like RDCs, have tried, but this continues to resurface. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, as Honourable Minister comes, I remember I made a joke on Honourable Ssemujju, but I didn't qualify it. So it can, once you read the answer plainly, when I was saying that for him he cannot come near me here. So it should be recorded by the answered team that was on the right note. Otherwise it can remain an official record of Parliament that Honourable Ssemujju cannot come near the Speaker. It's a dangerous character. Okay? Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, indeed, the members of Parliament from the Lakes raised the issue, and I had committed in this House that our security officers will act, and indeed I have informed them they have prepared to act. Yes, they have prepared to act, And soon, Honorable, I was going to call you and give you a day so that we would have a meeting with them at the site. But now I'm more impressed by the proposal that has been brought by Honorable Kabusu, that this issue needs inter-ministerial committee. So I'm now committing that, Mr. Speaker, I will relate to PM, the Prime Minister of this country, so that she coordinates all these ministries and we handle the issue holistically. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's resume. Honorable Nganda, I had allowed him thinking we were going to debate, so I'll pick another one on the NRM side. I'll pick, may I allow someone who represents the young people also, who are and Honorable Edakas, I'll also pick you. So Honorable Taringa.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I want to thank the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs for the elaborate statement about the national ID. Number one, yesterday while attending a funeral, this question was posed to me, especially for people who take loans now that these national identity cards have expired. It is good that at least this national ID is still very operational internally, but when you go to scan it for other purposes, for purposes of other travel documents, the scanning detects the expiry and therefore it cannot be scanned. So I want to plead to the House that what the Minister has proposed, a non-expiring identity card, is taken up. In the same vein, the same ministry is charged with birth certificates. Now, birth certificates in the past used to be issued at sub-counties. Now people have to travel to districts, to the offices of NIRA. Now, they travel and sometimes the documents are not ready. And the students, some of them don't have this money to travel back and forth. So as a result, it becomes too costly to obtain a birth certificate. And therefore, I pray that one of the issues that is handled is how to decentralize again how birth certificates are obtained with little investment by our local people. I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I thank the Minister for the statement about the national IDs. But we all know that national IDs are essential for accessing services and also conducting business, as well as establishing identity and credibility. So many young people and actually millions of Ugandans are being affected by this issue, the expiration of national IDs. And I'm also a victim because very many parents have been denied birth certificates for their children because their national IDs, their NIN numbers are expired. So you cannot obtain or get birth certificates for the child. So my request is, this issue should be prioritized for renewal and issuance of new national IDs. It should be prioritized, and also the process of renewal should be decentralized, at least to parish level, because our people face challenges to move to nearer offices. They are very distant and it is very costly for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honourable Ministers, you come. I just want to know, when you say you extended, also did you take advantage of the software you have to indeed adjust the dates online so that if I'm scanning, it doesn't just show expired. Otherwise, this original ID, you're reading from the chip, okay? So the chip is connected to a software. I just go, I adjust on the date to allow up to this period. Otherwise, I don't understand when people say that indeed, when they try to scan, it shows that it's expired. That's a software issue which should easily be handled. Haji?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and we appreciate the statement of the Minister. Right Honourable Speaker, remember very well this Parliament appropriated money for purposes of NIRA carrying out a mass enrollment or renewal. In the statement of the Minister, it is lacking how far they have gone and when we are expecting that mass enrollment or mass renewal. Remember, it was first scheduled for July, and then it was extended for January, this January. As we talk now, there is no clear program, and as you are aware, EC and NIRA, they are working hand in hand. And that is one of the issues which has been complained by members. One kit of NIRA has been distributed per sub-county. So it is hard to handle the registration of people, which is ongoing right now, because it is only one kit per sub-county. What is the clear deadline when we are expecting the mass renewal or mass registration of the people, since the money was long released? Thank you.